Perfect.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rob Murray, and welcome to another episode of What's the Game Plan? This week's episode, I think, is the premier matchup of the week. We have breaking news that Drew Brees is back. Now, I want to start with that because I think that changes the entire landscape of the game. I am talking about the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the New Orleans Saints. I am here represented by the Kansas City Chiefs with Huong Forrest and Ross Jackson representing the New Orleans Saints. How are we doing?
Great.
Really good.
So like I said, this is a huge matchup. I think what we see here, we have two high-powered offenses and two defenses that can also get the job done as well. So before we get into the game portion of this, please, Ms. Forrest, I'll give you the floor to introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Rod, thanks for having me on. This is really fun. Love the idea behind the show. So hope I go down and score some points tonight. But my name is Huong Forrest. I live in Reno, Nevada. I've been a big Chiefs fan for a long time. I actually lived in Kansas City for a portion of my life. And I just love football. Football is something that my family has watched together for a long time, growing up in California, in Southern California, in Oakland, and then moving to the Midwest to Kansas City. So I love the sport, love this game, and love being able to follow along. And we're having a really, really great season of football and a great last season of football, even though it seems like a lifetime ago. So it's a great time to be a Chiefs fan. And I just love this, getting to experience the winning side of this with my boys. Whereas, I grew up with a lot of painful seasons in my life.
Sure. That tide turned once Patrick Mahomes came there, and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
No, and I'm okay with that.
Now down to New Orleans where the game is played. Mr. Ross Jackson, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here with y'all. Very much looking forward to this. I'm Ross Jackson on Twitter at Ross Jackson Nola, host of the Locked On Saints podcast and one of the editors over at Canal Chronicles.com, the SB Nation site that covers the New Orleans Saints. I'm actually based in Los Angeles, so shout out SoCal, but born and raised over in New Orleans. Shout out to my Iberville homies and everything. So very glad to be here with y'all. It's been a bit of a turbulent season for the New Orleans Saints, but no good news comes without bad news because of course Drew Brees comes back the same day that they roll out Michael Thomas. So that's just kind of been the way that it's been. That's all right. They're still 10-3 and they're still a playoff team. So still looking forward to this one. I think it's gonna be a fantastic matchup. I'm glad we get to see Drew Brees versus Patrick Mahomes. It's a great one for what I expect to be Drew Brees' last season.
Can I interject real
just
quickly?
Yeah.
Raw, I recognize your voice, but I didn't realize this. I actually listen to the opposing teams' Locked On crossover shows, and I go to the opposing teams podcast the week before, and I listen in. I should have known. I was like, man, this host has a really good voice.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Hong. I appreciate you.
Look at Hong doing some insider scouting already before we
That's
get
right. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's how you do it. Again, I do listen to the Locked On podcast as well. I work with David Harrison, who does the Locked On Buccaneers early on this season. Very good guy, man. Again, and insightful information across the board with all the Locked On podcasts. So if you haven't, please, I will link both of our participants' information in the bottom. Please check it out as soon as you can because you're definitely missing out. All right, so the game as it goes, if you watched it, you know the rules. All right, it's 4 quarters fast paced where we quiz our opponent on their opposing teams from data analytical sites that we pull from Pro Football Focus, Sharps Football Focus, and I'm drawing a blank now because I'm so excited for this matchup. Sharps Football Focus, Pro Football Reference, Pro Football Focus, and the Football Outsiders. There we go. At the end of the 4 quarters, if we have a tie, we go to what we call XFL overtime, where we quiz our opponents on their team, 1 to 3 points. The first one point is pretty easy, but for 3 points, they normally got to go in the bank. All right. So if there's no questions from our participants tonight, Hong, as the visiting team, you decide whether or not you want to take the first question or defer to the second half.
I'm going to go ahead and go with my team and defer on this one. Thank you.
While the Chiefs may have
pull the Andy Reid.
It's a very smart decision. I would have made the same choice.
Hey, defense is the best offense, especially in the playoffs. And as we get toward that time of the season, let's see if it works well for Hong tonight. So Ross, up first with the first question in the first quarter. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's check it out. What's the game plan? Here we go. Ross, your first question. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes has been on a tear since week 8. During their current 8-game winning streak, he has thrown for over 300 yards in the last 6 weeks. According to Pro Football Focus, what is Patrick Mahomes? I'm sorry, wrong question. According to Sharp Football Stats, what is Mahomes' successful play rate when passing the ball? Is it A, 63%, B, 48%, C, 55%, or D, 51%? Successful play rate.
It's funny that you said 63 because that was the first number that jumped in my head. And so now I feel like I kind of have to go with my instincts, but is that too high? We'll find out. It is Patrick Mahomes after all. Why not shoot high? I'm going to take 63.
All right. Ross takes A, 63%. And unfortunately, his gut is wrong.
My gut is the worst.
In fact, C, 55%. All right. So of his 523 offensive plays, 287 of them has been successful. According to Sharks Football Stats, he's averaging about 6.5 yards per play. All right. So they're moving the chains more often than not. But we do know the Saints have a stingy defense, so that may change this week. We shall see. All right. Home sees your decision to go second will work out for you, hopefully, as you field your first question in the first quarter. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Quarterback Drew Brees will return after being out since his injury he sustained during Week 10. Prior to his injury, Brees' average intended air yards of 5.8 yards were in the bottom 5 of the league. What is his completed air yards according to Next Gen Stats? Is it A, 4.7 yards, B, 5 yards, C, 5.7 yards, or D, 6.1 yards? Completed air yards.
I want to say 4.7A.
That's what you're taking?
That's what I'm taking.
Hung chooses A, 4.7, and she is incorrect as well, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is, in fact, B, 5 yards. All right, that's 8th worst in the league. All right, the Chiefs are allowing 6.9 yards per pass. So, a situation there, we know Brees, he gets it out early and often underneath. We'll see if that continues because that's what the Chiefs are giving up anyway per passing play. So we'll see if that stat plays any importance in this upcoming game. All right. Coming out of the first quarter, we neither team has registered any points here. Going into the second, Ross, back up. Your second quarter question. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it. I hope for the Saints' sake, that's what this game looks like after the first quarter.
We shall see. We're talking about a high-powered offense.
Versus a high-powered defense.
Right.
Here we go. Speaking of high-powered, wide receiver Tyreek Hill must be accounted for on every play or it'll be curtains for the Saints this upcoming Sunday. All right. While Hill can be a walking touchdown anywhere on the field, he has done a significant amount of work while being aligned in the slot position. According to Pro Football Focus, how often does Hill line up in the slot? Is it A, 53%, B, 41%, C, 47%, or D, 59% of the time Tyreek Hill lines up in the slot this season?
I'm going to take C. Nope. Yes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take C, 47%.
Is this another gut decision?
This is not another gut decision.
All right. So this time he takes C, 47%. And this time again, he is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is, in fact, A, 53% of the time. Man. He is averaging 2.03 yards per route that he runs while in the slot, which is a very impressive number. 55% of his catches come from when he's lined up in the slot, and 46% of his touchdowns from also in the slot. All right. So again,
that's the one I was thinking about right there. 47, 46. You know what I'm saying? Like,
round it up. There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
There we go. I'm sure Sean Payton's going to be looking for him early and often. He's in the slot is more often than not, they're going to find him. And again, unfortunately for the Saints, that's when he does the majority of his damage. Mm-hmm. So again, when Hill's in the slot, make sure he's covered. That's essentially what it is. That's what it boils down to. Here we go. Going back to the Chiefs in the second quarter with a 0-0 score.
We like the second quarter. Let's go.
Here we go. Dual threat running back Alvin Kamara has cooled off as of late, but is always one touch away from making magic happen. He leads the Saints in both rushing and receiving yards this season. According to Sharps football stats, what is Alvin Kamara's explosive play rate percentage? Now, explosive play rate is any running play over 10 yards and then in any receiving play over 20 yards. That is what's considered an explosive play. What is Kamara's explosive play rate percentage? Is it A, 8%, B, 11%, C, 17%, or D, 6%? His explosive play rate percentage.
I'm going to go not too high, not too low. I'm going to go with B, 11%.
All right, not too high, not too low. That's a new method. All right, haven't heard that before in any of these episodes.
You're welcome.
That's our first. That's our first, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Hong chooses B, 11%, and unfortunately, she's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is A, 8%. All right, he has 8 rushes over 20 yards and then 6 big plays when he's receiving the ball. All right, the Chiefs rank 12th in the league in giving up explosive play rates. All right, we also know the Chiefs have a bad day when it comes to running backs. When their opposing team targets running backs, they have a bad day giving up yards, actually. So we'll see if Alvin Kamara can get back on track. He's had a couple weeks where he's been hit or miss in the offense, but with Michael Thomas being out, I can only imagine, again, and this is a fantasy football take, he might be more included in this offense with his quarterback, Drew Brees, is back. I'm not a psychic, but I'm just saying that may happen.
All right? No, you psychic, fam. Miss Cleo, call you now, because that's exactly right.
That's how it might happen. We'll see. All right, but unfortunately, I'm not a psychic tonight because I expected us to have some points on the board by now, but unfortunately, we don't. So I need to get my money back from Miss Cleo. Let's go on to the halftime here. We have a 0-0 game between the Chiefs and the Saints, so we'll flip it up here. Holmes, you'll field the first question in the third quarter. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. The explosive Kansas City Chiefs offense will take on a stingy Saints defense that is allowing just under 300 yards per game, which is second best in the league. And they are also only allowing 2.2 touchdowns per game. According to the Football Outsiders, what is the Saints' defensive drive success rate, which is the series that either end in a first down or touchdown so far this season? This defensive success rate percentage, defensive drive success percentage. Is it A, 72.5%, B, 70.4%, C, 64.4%, or D, 69.3%? The defensive drive success rate. How successful are they at stopping their opponent's offense?
Considering how stingy that defense is, it's like the best defense. I'm shooting high. I'm gonna go 70.4% B.
All right, so I guess it's again the not too high, not too low thing going again.
You got it. Give me some points.
You might want to leave that method alone because again, you are wrong. The answer is in fact 69.3%. So just a little lower than your guess. All right.
Okay.
The Kansas City offense is scoring on about 79.7%. All right, again. So again, we talk about a high-power offense. That number is also number 1 according to Football Outsiders. And the Saints are ranked 3rd with their defensive. All right. So again, we're talking about a battle, a game of tug of war. We'll see what happens. All right. Kansas City is averaging 44.8 yards per drive. New Orleans only allowing 30.7. So again, we'll see where this goes. Tonight, though, it's not going to anybody's favorite here. We'll see so far. I love defensive matchups.
That's right. That's what I was about to say. It's a defensive matchup. That's like
those are my type of games. So I'm not mad at all. Those are my type of games. All right, going into the third quarter, let's see if Ross can turn the tide here for the Saints at home. Here we go. Your third quarter question. A big part of the Kansas City's offense is the ability to play fast. They not only are the league leader in offensive yards, but according to the Football Outsiders, they rank amongst one of the fastest play calling teams in terms of pace of play. According to the Football Outsiders, in the first half, how fast are the Chiefs calling plays? Is it A, 25.1 seconds, B, 24.4 seconds, C, 27.9 seconds, or D, 26.05 seconds?
Ooh, this is such a good question. I'm going to say 24.4 seconds.
A little thought went into that one. All right. I'm just curious to know. Okay. Not too high, not too low.
Well, this is the one where I'm trying to go. That's the lowest one, right? 24.4 seconds. That's the quickest one. I'm going to go with that one. Just thinking about a 40-second play clock. I can explain it later. I'm going to go 24.4. I'm going to try it.
Okay. All right. So Ross chooses B, 24.4. And unfortunately, he's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That is, in fact, D, 26.05 seconds. All right. They are fifth best in the league. That 24.4 belongs to the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
All right. They are the fastest in the first half. And then second half, obviously, usually the Chiefs have a lead. They are one of the slower teams in the league at 28.2 seconds per play. All right. So unfortunately, guys, we are headed into the fourth quarter with the 0-0 game here between Huong and Ross. Let's see who pulls it out for their team. All right. Huong, are you ready for your fourth quarter question?
Bring it.
Crunch time.
Here we go. In the fourth quarter, here's your question. With Michael Thomas out this weekend, the Saints will target their running backs more in the passing game. Both Murray and Kamara are averaging more than 7 yards per reception. According to Sharks football stats, what percentage of the time do the Saints pass to their running backs once they enter their opponent's territory? So basically the 50-yard line to the end zone. What percentage of the time? Is it A, 27%, B, 31%, C, 38%, or D, 23%? 4 points in the fourth quarter. Got to apply some type of pressure here.
Ooh.
All right. So percentage. I want to say that they're going to go 38% of the time.
So Huong chooses C, 38% of the time that they pass to their running backs. And she would be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is B, 31% of the time.
Oh,
they are second in the league, only following behind the Titans. The league average is 23% of the time. All right, so about a third of this time, I think Kamara or Murray's going to get the ball. Yeah, we got a defensive game here, ladies and gentlemen.
Slugfest, right. Slobber knocker, if you will.
but this is what we want. Drew Brees is back. The Saints have the ball. A 2-minute drive to win the game.
That's right.
I'm sure this is what all Saints fans want on Sunday. All right, Ross, can you bring it home? Are you ready?
We about to find out.
Or are we going to overtime? You know, overtime's also fun.
Overtime's cool too. You know what I'm saying?
Not bad at all. Here we go.
There was an overtime game last night. We could have one right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. Great game last night, by the way, as well.
Yes.
Here we go for the win or overtime. Ross, fourth quarter. This game will go down to which defense can pressure the opposing team quarterback into more mistakes, a category where statistically the Chiefs don't fare better than the Saints. According to Pro Football Reference, what percentage of the time do the Chiefs register a quarterback hurry or pressure? All right, what percentage of the times do they register a quarterback hurry or pressure? Is it A, 14.8%, B, 16.5%, C, 18.3%, or D, 21.3%? For the win.
All right, I'm going to go. All right, I'm going to try 16.5%.
All right, Ross chooses B, 16.5%. That's how you close out a game, ladies and gentlemen, because he is correct.
Yes, correct. That clutch gene, baby. That clutch gene.
The Chiefs only have 24 sacks on the season. Drew Brees has only allowed 10 sacks against him. A quarterback pressure is only at 9%, while they are getting hurried 16.5%. So again, if you average those out, that's what you get. But tonight, I guess it only took 7 points. In a high-powered game, what I think will have more score points. Tonight, it only took 7. All right? So, again, with a 7-0 victory, Ross, congratulations. The floor is yours for a victory speech.
First of all, I want to thank my mama. Above all else, I'll never make a victory speech without thanking my mama first. She did everything.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? She did everything. She'll be so proud to see me here. In fact, she will be proud. I'll send her the link. She'll be very proud. So, mama, this one was for you. Hong, Rod, this one is for y'all. I appreciate y'all very much for having me on. All the homies and the homettes over at Locked On Podcast Network and at SB Nation, appreciate y'all for equipping me with the knowledge that I needed to skirt out a quick one and a late one here. And thank you to Drew Brees for the inspiration for the 2-minute drive.
There it is. There it is. Hong, unfortunately, you don't get a victory speech, but you do get to share your score prediction for the game.
All right, score prediction. Here we go, and it's not going to be anything like what just happened right here.
You never know. You never know.
We know that. We know that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm going to say it's going to be a close contest. I want to say 28-23 Chiefs.
Okay, very close. Drew Brees comes off an injury and he just picks up where he left off, apparently, but just not enough. Okay. Ross, how about for yourself?
I actually had something similar. I was going to go 30-27, keeping it close as well. I picked the Chiefs to win this one preseason. Not much of a reason to go against that now. I'll accept that the Chiefs will likely win this game 30-27, though. Drew Brees helps keep it close.
Yeah, I think Drew Brees coming back definitely helps it out. But like you said, losing Michael Thomas in a game like this, it's going to force Alvin Kamara to be in a lot more situations than I think he wants to be. And utilization may be pretty high, but production may be low. But at the end of the day, I don't have a team in the race. So at the end of the day, I'm only hoping for a safe and exciting game. We don't need any more injuries on either side of the ball at this point in the season. All right. So Ross, as our winner, you'll receive a shirt that says, "Hey Saints, hire me as a scout," because you definitely know what's going on when it comes to the team. But again, it's been a great episode, guys. Again, this is one of the few ones that we'll have before the Christmas holiday. So I want to tell you both, to you and your families, have a Merry Christmas. All right. And to everyone watching it as well, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. This has been What's the Game Plan? I'm your host, Rod Murray. Thank you for watching.